future doctors. I am your UJJAL sir. Yes, I was very much waiting for this day because post 4th May, post NEET, this is my first video that I am here for. आज आपके सामने इस टॉपिक को लेके हम आए हैं, वो है बायोलॉजिकल क्लासिफिकेशन. Yes, I got many of the comments that you wanted a video on biological classification. But ये post NEET के बाद जो information आपको मिल गया है, if you are in class 11, you have already heard about what was the difficulty level of NEET 2025. And after this, after getting this information that questions, majority of the questions were not directly from NCERT. That means जो आज से 5 साल तक वो सेटअप था, माइंडसेट था that NEET मतलब NCERT, this year I'm with all those repeater batch students, I'm with all those class 12 students जो इस साल class 12 बैठे हो, and you have attained this particular test on 4th May and you have got a great blow that आप questions कर नहीं पाए. There were 2 reasons for that. Number 1, conceptual questions came. Number 2, it was exclusive. Extensive questions थे, बड़े-बड़े questions थे. You could not got time to complete it within 40 minutes. That was the real problem. So ये blow से निकलने के बाद I know that आपके मन में ऐसा कुछ options आ रहे हैं कि और NEET नहीं. But I'm going to tell you one thing. Winners never do the same thing, but they do the same thing in a different way. That means if you are winner, आज जिस तरह से आपको समझाया जाएगा this chapter called classification, ये classification chapter completely NCERT orientation नहीं है, but I'm going to give you some more information, extensive information about this chapter, so that you are going to have a great confidence in you, so that exam के पहले आप खुद के साथ ये तो बोल पाओ कि मेरा preparation 100% I am there. So this examination is all about confidence. And again, for those students who have thought कि NEET मन से बाहर निकल गया, I'm again going to tell you, come on, have belief system in you. अपने पे belief रखो, आप ही से होगा. अगर किसी को चांस मिलता है, it's you who is going to get into. Fine. And some of the other students, those who have thought, who have taken this subject called biology, आप माइक्रोबायोलॉजी में कुछ करना चाहते हो, आप बाहर जाना चाहते हो, बायोलॉजी ओरिएंटेशन आपका लाइफ बनाना चाहते हो, in that case I'm going to tell you that today's class is going to help you from today onwards. ये जो power batch है, the power batch that have launched from 4th of May with a mission that मेरे कोई भी स्टूडेंट को ये कभी नहीं समझ में आएगा, ये कभी भी मन में नहीं आएगा कि आप कुछ कम जानते हो. You are going to have exclusive informations. मैं हाथ नहीं छोड़ूंगा आपका. Let us start with a topic called biological classification, class 11, second chapter. So what is this topic is all about? The topic is about biological classification, and I'm going to give you a basic introduction of this topic. So let us start with this topic. What is the need of this topic? Biological classification का need क्या है? Why we are studying this? ये जो classification है, ये classification किसके बाद we have started off? कार परे আমরা এই classification টা পড়বো. Classification, this term comes after what? After diversity. The first topic, the living world, what we have studied in the first topic, we have talked about diversity in the living world. और ये diversity किसके कारण है? What is the reason of this diversity? It's sexual reproduction, which leads into genetic variations. So more the genetic variations, जितना ज्यादा genetic variations रहेगा, जितना ज्यादा genetic variation रहेगा, there is a strong need of what? Different type of organisms are there then in the world. Different types of organisms are there. So we have to classify them on the basis of what? On the basis of morphological character. So morphological character के ऊपर depend करके we have to classify them. So classifying different organisms into their respective on the basis of their phenotype or morphological characteristics, we have to classify them. मतलब लिविंग वर्ल्ड में जहां पे हम छोड़े थे टॉपिक, वहीं से हम क्लासिफिकेशन स्टार्ट करेंगे. So our topic biological classification is completely based on diversity in the living world that we have already covered in the chapter the living world. And mind you dear student, पढ़ने का एक मैं प्रोसेस आपको बोल रहा हूं. इंटीग्रेटेड लर्निंग में ध्यान दो. एक टॉपिक सोचो मोनेरा पढ़ा रहे हैं आपको. मोनेरा में बैक्टीरिया है. सो ये बैक्टीरिया क्लास 12 में कौन कौन से टॉपिक में है? आई एम गोइंग टू हेल्प यू विद दिस काइंड ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन ताकि आपको इंटीग्रेटेड लर्निंग हो. एंड आई एम गोइंग टू रिक्वेस्ट एंड सजेस्ट टू ऑल माय क्लास 11 स्टूडेंट्स to buy class 12 at the same time. 12 book NCERT आपके सामने होना चाहिए, so that while teaching you class 11 topic, मैं जब बोलूंगा आपको open up this page in class 12, open that page and see कहां पे लिखा है वो वहां पे आप अंडरलाइन करो, उसके पॉइंट के उसके अंदर में वो पॉइंट लिख लो. फाइन. सो लेट्स स्टार्ट विद दिस. So we got the idea about classification. Classification का basis क्या है? Classification का basis है on the basis of morphological characteristics. So ये classification करने के लिए on what basis we can go for biological classification? Number one, morphological characteristics. That means identifiable characteristics. Those characteristics which we can see from outside. যে অর্গানিজমের বাইরের ক্যারেক্টারগুলো আমরা দেখে বুঝতে পারি, जिस ऑर्गेनिजम्स को बाहर से देखने से हमें समझ में आता है, वो हमें देखना है, वो है morphological characteristics. And what is evolutionary relationship? On this basis also we have to classify. And what is the meaning of evolutionary relationship? मतलब phylogenetic relationship. The other term for evolutionary relationship, see, as because you want to make your career in biology. And having a career in biology, the first and foremost comes is becoming a doctor. But despite the fact हम आपको बोल रहे हैं कि don't lose hope, but there are some of the students who are going to clap for others. है ना? दो तरह के ह्यूमन रहते हैं. एक जिनको क्लैप मिलता है, they get all the accolades, and there are other students who clap for others. But I want all of you to become successful. In that case, अगर डॉक्टर बनना है आपको, ये बायोलॉजी रखे हो, so base first and foremost should be becoming a doctor. The second can be for ISA, IAT, fine, IAT, research work, biology में research work. And mind you, the days are coming. It's already you are into a stage जहां पे बायोलॉजी के रिसर्च वर्क में बहुत ज्यादा ऑप्शंस हैं जहां से आप अच्छे रह सकते हो. एंड देन सो दिस इवोल्यूशनरी रिलेशनशिप इज आल्सो कॉल्ड एज फाइलोजेनी. इज कॉल्ड फाइलोजेनी. सो ऑन दीज टू कैरेक्टर्स वी कैन गो फॉर क्लासिफिकेशन. सो बायो क्लासिफिकेशन इज बेस्ड मेनली ऑन morphological characteristics. Other one is evolutionary characteristics, which is also called as phylogeny. Now, yes, what is this? This is about system of classification. System of classification. Now, system of classification, there are three different types of system of classification. Number one is artificial, number two is natural, and number three is phylogenetic. One is artificial, second is natural, third is phylogenetic. Phylogenetic means you already know that it is about evolutionary relationship. अभी आपको बोला गया है. But what are artificial and natural? Artificial way of classification means under artificial we are going to consider mainly one or two characters. आर्टिफिशियल क्लासिफिकेशन सिस्टम में हम एक और दो कैटर को लेकर काम कर रहे थे, बट इन केस ऑफ नेचुरल मोर देन 2 कैरेक्टर्स, मेनी कैरेक्टर्स बीइंग कंसिडर्ड, वो आ गया नेचुरल क्लासिफिकेशन सिस्टम में। सो कौन सा प्रिमिटिव है? आर्टिफिशियल इज प्रिमिटिव, और ये नेचुरल उससे थोड़ा एडवांस कैरेक्टर हुआ। सबसे एडवांस कौन है? सबसे एडवांस फाइलोजेनेटिक रिलेशनशिप है। नाउ इन दैट केस लेट्स टॉक अबाउट बायोलॉजिकल द क्लासिफिकेशन व्हिच बेस्ड ऑन आर्टिफिशियल। अंडर आर्टिफिशियल द फर्स्ट पर्सन हु इज कॉल्ड एज, एरिस्टोटल का नाम तो हमने सब सुन लिया है। एरिस्टोटल इज कॉल्ड एज अ father of biology and also father of zoology. Aristotle, in the year 350 BC, he classified organisms into 2, plants and animals. He classified organisms into 2, that is plants and animals. It was a very basic classification made by the father of biology or father of zoology. But this particular classification was not enough, क्योंकि लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स में सिर्फ प्लांट्स और एनिमल्स नहीं है। वेरी सून ये क्लासिफिकेशन वाज अ लिटिल बिट, क्या ये क्लासिफिकेशन में एरिस्टोटल का ही स्टूडेंट नेम्ड थियोफ्रास्टस। हु इज थियोफ्रास्टस? वी ऑल नो दैट थियोफ्रास्टस इज अ फादर ऑफ बॉटनी एंड थियोफ्रास्टस वाज स्टूडेंट ऑफ एरिस्टोटल। सो इन द ईयर this Theophrastus, what he did, he classified plants into herbs, shrubs and trees. Herbs, shrubs and trees on the basis of the height of the plant. Herbs क्या है? It can grow up to 1 feet, shrubs can grow up to 6 feet and trees can go beyond 6 feet. So this classification was made by Theophrastus. Now Theophrastus ये क्लासिफिकेशन दिया, which is again a very basic classification on the basis of their structure or size. Next comes Charaka. I think you have heard about Charaka Samhita. 150 BC. He classified plants on the basis of medicinal plants. On the basis of medicinal plants. देखो, so this was Charaka. उसके बाद डायरेक्टली जंप लगाकर 1753 में the person who is called as a father of taxonomy. Who is called as a father of taxonomy? Is Carolus Linnaeus. Carolus Linnaeus. Sir Carolus Linnaeus, he on 1753 made a classification, but that classification was on what? That classification was on the basis of number of stamens. On the basis of number of stamens. Now think about it. On the basis of number of stamens, he classified plants into monandria. That means stamen अगर एक है, monandria, diandria, di मतलब 2 and triandria 3. So it was a very basic classification made by Sir Carolus Linnaeus. And who was he? He was father of taxonomy. This was on the basis of 1 or 2 characters maximum, and that is why it is called as artificial classifying system. So classification किस system में हुआ यहाँ पे? On the basis of 1 or 2 characters, which we call it as what? Which we call it as artificial classification system. Come down to the next one. The next one is about natural. Under natural, there are many characteristics, like say for example, under natural classification system, the person was George Bentham and Dalton Hooker. Bentham and Hooker, he was the person behind natural classification system, where एक character नहीं, 2 character नहीं, 2 से ज़्यादा character, many characters were taken into consideration. Like when we talk about mammals को कैटेगराइजेशन कैसे कर सकते हैं? On what basis we can classify mammals? We can classify mammals, number 1, on the basis of presence of hairs. On the basis of what? On the basis of presence of mammary glands. On the basis of whether it gives egg or it gives birth to young ones. That is whether the mammal is oviparous or viviparous. सो ये जो कैरेक्टर्स हैं, classifying mammals on the basis of many character, that comes where? That comes under natural classification system. When we talk about plants, ये जो plants है, plants के बारे में क्या क्या characters को फेस किया गया? नंबर ऑफ कार्पेल्स, कार्पेल कितने सारे हैं, पेटल्स कितने सारे हैं, पेटल्स का अरेंजमेंट कैसा है, व्हाट इज एस्टिवेशन, द अरेंजमेंट ऑफ पेटल्स और सेपल्स ऑन द मेन एक्सिस, देन फ्लोरल कैरेक्टर के ऊपर, फ्लोरल कैरेक्टर के ऊपर. सो मेनी कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स आर देयर. कितने सारे पेटल्स हैं, पेटल्स 3 हैं, 6 हैं, मल्टीपल्स ऑफ 3 हैं. On all these different bases of criterias or characters, what was made? Natural classification system was made. पर एक बात सोचना है my dear students, ये दोनों क्लासिफिकेशन में what was not included? Evolutionary relationship was not included neither in artificial or in natural classification system. Evolutionary relationship was not considered. वो सबसे बड़ा ड्रॉबैक था इन दोनों में. क्यों? क्योंकि ये सब कंसेप्ट प्री डार्विनियन कंसेप्ट था. इट वॉज अ प्री डार्विनियन कंसेप्ट. सो देयर वाज नो इवोल्यूशनरी रिलेशनशिप. नो इवोल्यूशनरी रिलेशनशिप वाज टेकन केयर ऑफ. Next comes our third and the most important is evolutionary relationship. And when we talk about evolutionary relationship, we have to talk about two German botanists named Engler and Prandtl. Engler and Prandtl. So they were the persons behind they took into consideration what? वो क्या किसको कंसिडर किए हैं? वो कंसिडर किए हैं इवोल्यूशनरी रिलेशनशिप का, कि ये प्लांट आया कहां से, ये इसका एंसेस्टर्स कौन थे, ये एनिमल आया कहां से, इसका एंसेस्टर्स कौन थे. फाइन. एंड वी नो अबाउट दिस टॉपिक कॉल्ड phylogeny from a term called ontogeny recapitulates phylogeny. Ontogeny recapitulates phylogeny. What is the meaning of ontogeny? Ontogeny मतलब हम क्या जानते हैं? Ontogeny means developmental history of an organism depends upon phylogenetic relationship. That means evolutionary relationship. It was a famous statement. और यहां से एक वर्ड हमें मिल गया, एक टर्म हमें मिल गया, and that is called ontogeny. That means what? Developmental history. Developmental history is called ontogeny. Clear? So that was about phylogenetic relationship. It was the most prominent one and most, important one. So when we talk about, again, there's a term called systematics in class first chapter, living world. We have talked about systematics. What is systematics? Taxonomy along with phylogeny makes systematics. So there is a new term called new systematics. Under new systematics, what is the first one? Is called numerical taxonomy. The second one is called cytotaxonomy. The third one is called chemotaxonomy. And the last one is called cladistics. My dear students, have confidence. From this year, NEET, we got this information that you have to know this much to score this much. इतना सा पढ़ के इतना एक्सपेक्ट करना उचित नहीं है, neither था. But last 5 years, the trend was such, NCERT लाइन बाय लाइन पढ़ने से सब कुछ हो जाएगा, and the rule has been broken. So, if you feel this is not there in your book, still why I am helping with these informations? ये धक्का सिर्फ आपको नहीं लगा. माइंड यू, ऐसे 22 साल से पढ़ा रहे हैं तो ये पहले पढ़ाया जाता था, बिकॉज ये टॉपिक आपके बुक में था, बुक पे डिलीट कर दिए हैं. दिस टॉपिक इज नॉट देयर इन योर बुक. बट इवन इफ इसके बाद भी, मैं ये बोलने के बाद भी कि ये आपके बुक में नहीं है, एंड इफ यू फील कि ये आपको जरूरत नहीं है, then you are going to face trouble next year again. So let us start with numerical taxonomy. Numerical मतलब it deals with number. It is also called as Adansonian taxonomy. तो अगर ये numerical taxonomy मतलब अगर किसी numerical term से, number से अगर हम एक family tree बनाते हैं तो उसको क्या कहा जाता है? Dendrogram. Again I repeat, dendrogram. On the basis of number. if the classification is based on the number of characters, a number of petals, the number of stamen, अगर इसके ऊपर कोई नंबर के ऊपर डिपेंड करके टैक्सोनॉमी बनाया जाता है, that is called that comes under numerical taxonomy, which is also called as Adamsonian taxonomy. Over here we can see अगर एक family tree बनाया जाए इसके ऊपर बेस करके, then the family tree will be called as dendrogram. क्यों? Because it is based on the numerical taxonomy. Now, what is called cytotaxonomy? Under cyto मतलब क्या है? Cytology, all of you know. The study of cell is called cytology. Cytotaxonomy means it deals with the study of chromosomes and their structural differences. Study of chromosomes. ये और भी थोड़ा एडवांस हो गया. इसके पहले क्या था? इसके पहले टैक्सोनॉमी में क्या था? सिर्फ which was taken care of, what was taken care of, all in the numericals, only the number. But now और भी थोड़ा prominent हो गया chromosomes के study of chromosomes के ऊपर डिपेंड करके cytotaxonomy दिया गया. In cytotaxonomy अगर दो organisms के chromosome number close हैं, so definitely they have got some relationship. Fine. 2n is equal to 46 in case of human being, and 2n is equal to 48 in your ancestor, and we look close to our ancestors. Comment me in the comment section, who is our ancestor? Who is our ancestor? 2n is equal to 48 कौन से organisms में है? Comment me in the comment section. I want your comment. Fine. Now, so ये जो दो relationship है, दो पास chromosome number है, this is on the basis of what? On the basis of the number and the structure of the chromosomes. वो है cytotaxonomy. Chemotaxonomy. Under chemotaxonomy, there are some chemicals being released. There are some chemicals which are released from some plants, and there is a close calls. अगर दो plant के chemical close हैं, so we can consider कि ये दोनों plant same cater belong कर रहे हैं, same family में belong कर रहे हैं. Come down to cladistics. What are these? These are phylogenetic tree. This is very very important because डार्विनियन कंसेप्ट के बाद पूरा कंसेप्ट में आ गया चेंज. डार्विनियन के कंसेप्ट के बाद व्हाट कंसेप्ट? डार्विनियंस थ्योरी ऑफ ऑर्गेनिक इवोल्यूशन. डार्विनियंस थ्योरी ऑफ ऑर्गेनिक इवोल्यूशन के बाद वी हैव टू टेक कंसिडरेशन ऑफ फाइलोजेनी. इसको हमें रखना है. আমাদেরকে ভাবতেই হবে अबाउट स्टैटिस्टिक्स. एंड व्हाट इज दैट? फाइलोजेनेटिक ट्री, फैमिली ट्री, एंड दिस फैमिली ट्री ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ phylogenetic relationship is called cladogram. So again, there are two terms I have talked about. One is dendrogram and the one is cladogram. Now think about it. This is very very important. Fine. So this is about new systematics. इसके बाद क्या आया? इसके बाद आया the concept of what? The concept of the classification. If you see in your NCERT, what is being mentioned in the very first page of the biological classification? They have talked about who is this person named Aristotle. 350 BC, he gave these two terms. He classified any plants and animals. Just now I have said the plants were classified by his student named Theophrastus on the basis of its size. One is herbs, shrubs, and trees. When he classified animals on the basis of presence of RBC or absence of RBC. अगर RBC present है तो एनीमा, और अगर absent है एनाइमा. An means without, so without RBC means एनाइमा, with RBC. N मतलब inside. So what is present inside? RBC is present inside. So he classified organisms, animals, on the basis of very basic idea, that is having RBC or not. My dear students, Aristotle का ये classification में full of informations lack है. So who came up after this? Aristotle के बाद the person who came up was Sir Carolus Linnaeus. Sir Carolus Linnaeus. Who is he? He is called as a father of taxonomy. Who is he? He is called as a father of taxonomy. Sir Carolus Linnaeus in the year 1758. In the year 1758, Sir Carolus Linnaeus gave this classification which is called as two-kingdom classification. Two-kingdom classification. Under two-kingdom classification, he gave kingdom plantae and kingdom Animalia. And kingdom Animalia, which includes under kingdom plantae, what is included? All multicellular eukaryotes. But what is their mode of nutrition? All of them were autotrophs. Auto मतलब क्या है? Self, जो अपना खाना खुद बनाते हैं. They're called as autotrophs. But how to define kingdom Animalia? It includes all multicellular eukaryotes and their mode of nutrition is heterotrophs. But what was the drawback in this kind of classification? Two kingdom classification made by Sir Carolus Linnaeus was having drawback. What was the drawback? The drawback was many of the प्रोकैरियोट एंड यूकैरियोट दोनों को एक ही किंगडम में क्लासिफाई किया गया है. दैट वाज वन ऑफ द ड्रॉबैक, बिकॉज टू किंगडम क्लासिफिकेशन कुड नॉट क्लासिफाई बिटवीन प्रोकैरियोट एंड यूकैरियोट में डिफरेंशिएट नहीं किया गया. प्रोकैरियोटिक ऑर्गेनिजम्स लाइक बैक्टीरिया वर ऑलरेडी इंक्लूडेड अंडर किंगडम अंडर प्लांटी एंड एनिमलिया. There were some organisms which were unicellular and multicellular. Unicellular को भी were included under this category. And then there are some organisms like Euglena. Euglena organism who is having a long flagella, a short flagella. We will teach this. Euglena के बारे में पढ़ेंगे. They were having chloroplast. But outside their body they were not having cell wall. तो cell wall नहीं है, इसलिए Euglena was put under kingdom Animalia. Cell wall नहीं है, so they are not having cell wall. So what they are having a protein layer called pellicle. They are having protein layer called pellicle, which is very, very elastic. And this Euglena, they have got chloroplast. मतलब क्लोरोप्लास्ट है, मतलब दे आर ऑटोट्रॉफ्स, अपना खाना खुद बनाते हैं. बट whenever there is a scarcity in food में कमी आ जाता है तो दे स्टार्ट फीडिंग ऑन अदर ऑर्गेनिजम्स. सो उनका मोड ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन ऑटोट्रॉफ है. समटाइम्स व्हेन देयर इज अ स्कैर्सिटी ऑफ फूड, खाने का अभाव जब होते हैं तो दे स्टार्ट फीडिंग ऑन अदर ऑर्गेनिजम्स एंड दे बिहेव लाइक हेटेरोट्रॉफ्स. दे स्टार्ट बिहेविंग लाइक हेटेरोट्रॉफ्स. Now comes, तो ये जो ड्रॉबैक था, so three drawbacks we have talked about. One is prokaryotic and eukaryotic differences. Second, unicellular and multicellular not being differentiated. Third, Euglena जैसे ऑर्गेनिज्म जो यूकैरियोट है और यूनिसेलुलर है उनको अलग से डिफाइन नहीं किया गया. Okay, now next is three kingdom classification. Next comes, so इस ड्रॉबैक के लिए there was a need of three kingdom classification, where three kingdom classification, और ये three kingdom classification में who gave this three kingdom classification? It was Ernst Haeckel. And in the year 1866, he gave he introduced another kingdom along with kingdom plantae and kingdom Animalia. It was already there. Kingdom Animalia और plantae पहले से था, but along with that he came up with another kingdom named kingdom Protista. याद रहे 1866 is a very crucial year. Why? Because कैसे क्रूशियल हो गया ये? 1905 में इलेक्ट्रॉन माइक्रोस्कोप was first invented by two scientists. 1905, electron microscope was invented, which can magnify an organism up to 1 lakh times. Microscope, fine, and it was invented by Knoll and Ruska. Knoll and Ruska, fine. But इसके पहले किंगडम प्रोटिस्टा को देखना किसके अंदर में था? Under compound microscope. Under compound microscope. So this was Euglena. Euglena was kept under kingdom Protista because under kingdom Protista, the organism which came under was all unicellular. All unicellular eukaryotes were kept under kingdom Protista. और यहां पे आ गया यूग्लिना को एंट्री दे दिया गया. So that was the drawback of two kingdom was taken care by Ernst Haeckel by his 3 kingdom classification. पर अभी भी इसमें ड्रॉबैक था. क्या ड्रॉबैक था? नंबर 1, ड्रॉबैक was bacteria, cyanobacteria, blue-green algae, they were kept under all unicellular eukaryotes. अच्छा, बैक्टीरिया है क्या? बैक्टीरिया কি আসলে? बैक्टीरिया হচ্ছে একটা प्रोकैरियोट. सो इसको धक्का मार के यहीं पे डाला गया. बैक्टीरिया ऑफेंडेड था. बैक्टीरिया गॉट ऑफेंडेड कि ये कैसे हो सकता है? वी आर प्रोकैरियोट्स और हमें इसके साथ ही रहना पड़ेगा, प्रोटिस्टा के साथ, ऑल यूनिसेलुलर यूकैरियोट के साथ. दैट वाज द मेन ड्रॉबैक. एंड माइंड यू, ये ड्रॉबैक के लिए द 4 किंगडम, देयर वाज अ क्लासिफिकेशन and the 4 kingdom classification was given by scientist named Copeland. Copeland gave a 4 kingdom classification where according to Copeland he added another one called kingdom Monera, which includes all unicellular prokaryotes. So किसको यहां पे डाला गया? All bacteria, that is eubacteria, true bacteria and blue-green algae, cyanobacteria, were kept under this kingdom Monera. And when Copeland gave this in the year 1956, Copeland gave the 4 kingdom classification, and the rest 3 were kept as it is. Kingdom Protista था पहले से, and we know kingdom Protista मतलब all unicellular eukaryotes, and then kingdom plantae was kept as it is, which includes, come on, all multicellular eukaryotes but autotrophs. And the last one is kingdom Animalia, which includes all multicellular eukaryotes but heterotrophs. यहां पे kingdom fungus को plantae के अंदर ही रखा गया था. That was one of the drawback, because फंगस और प्लांटी में डिफरेंस क्या था? ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ देयर मोड ऑफ देयर न्यूट्रिशन. फंगस क्या है? सैप्रोफाइट है, और प्लांटी क्या है? ऑटोट्रॉफ्स है. पर देखने से क्या लगता है? मशरूम को देखने से क्या लगता है? लगता तो है ग्रेट बैरियन ट्री की तरह, देखने में लगता है. सेल वॉल में डिफरेंस है. द सेल वॉल कंपोजिशन इज मेड ऑफ स्टार्च, और ओवर हियर इट इज मेड ऑफ काइटिन. सो दैट इज व्हाट्स द प्रॉब्लम. So there was a strong need of 5 kingdom classification, 1969. Who gave it? Sir R.H.whittaker. Sir R.H.whittaker gave a 5 kingdom classification. Sir R.H.whittaker made the 5 kingdom classification in the year 1969. And according to him, he added another kingdom along with the 4, that is kingdom Fungi. And kingdom Plantae was kept as it is. Kingdom Animalia was kept as it is. Under kingdom Fungi, what was included? All multicellular eukaryotes. But what is the mode of nutrition? They are saprophytes. Saprozoic, yeah, saprophytes. What is the meaning of sapro? Sapro means rotten. Those organisms which depends on dead and decaying organisms. And kingdom, the 2 kingdoms are kingdom Monera and kingdom Protista. Monera and kingdom Protista. This was the 5 kingdom classification made by Sir R.H. Whittaker. On what basis, my dear students? ये basis बहुत important है. ये basis क्या है? What are the basis? On what basis the 5 kingdom classification was made? There are 5 points. Number 1 is the cell structure. Number 2 is the body organization. Body organization. Number 3, the mode of nutrition. The mode of nutrition. And number 4 is mode of reproduction. Mode of reproduction. Above all, yes, the main one called phylogeny, that is evolutionary relationship. Evolutionary relationship. So 1969 में relationship. 1969 में when he, Sir R.H. Whittaker, gave this 5 kingdom classification, maximum biologists, they were happy with exceptions of few. इसके बाद भी कहां पे प्रॉब्लम हुआ? बिकॉज व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट किंगडम मोनेरा, इस किंगडम मोनेरा में 2 तरह के बैक्टीरिया हैं. वन इज आर्कीबैक्टीरिया, आर्कीबैक्टीरिया which are primitive bacteria, and the one is eubacteria which are true bacteria, which are true bacteria. Under Archaebacteria, these Archaebacteria are of 3 different types. These Archaebacteria are of 3 different types. Archaebacteria are of 3 different types, and they are, archae means primitive, so primitive bacteria. देखो ये बैक्टीरिया को हम क्या कंसिडर कर सकते हैं? Life arose on Earth some 3.5 billion years ago approximately. तब से बैक्टीरिया है, आज भी बैक्टीरिया है. And this bacteria is there in your gut, and you know the name of the bacteria जो आपके intestine में है. And that is very useful bacteria. Now ये बैक्टीरिया जो primitive बैक्टीरिया है, ये बैक्टीरिया we know that bacteria are omnipresent. ये हर जगह पे बैक्टीरिया प्रेजेंट है. We know that God is omnipresent and bacteria is also omnipresent. So हमने God तो नहीं देखा, we have got a belief system, but we can see this kind of God under microscope because bacteria is also what? Omnipresent. ये हर जगह पे है. Now think about it. ये जो हर जगह पे है, when I talk about this, it means I am very specific about that Archaebacteria जो primitive bacteria है, ये कहाँ पे मिलता है? They are present in high temperature, and we call them as thermoacidophiles. Thermoacidophiles, film मतलब क्या है? Loving. So in high temperature and high acidic conditions, you can get them to see. Then the second one is they can be halophiles. They can be halophiles. That means they can be present in what? Halophile. Film matlab loving, halo matlab saline. In high saline conditions, you can get them to see. Saline conditions में due to exosmosis एक बैक्टीरिया या कोई भी ऑर्गेनिज्म मर जाता है, पर यहाँ पे ये उसी saline condition में वे जीवित रहता है. So देखो ये आर्कीबैक्टीरिया है. Fine. जहाँ पे हम सोच भी नहीं सकते हैं वहाँ पे ये living है. And then the third one is methanogens. Methanogens. The third one is called methanogens. That means methane causing agents. Methane causing agents. The agents which can cause methane gas. Fine. So ये example of thermoacidophiles आपको class 12 के टॉपिक में मिलेगा, called Thermus aquaticus. For those class 12 based students, PCR में देख लेना. Thermus aquaticus is one of the example of thermoacidophiles. Halophiles का example sulfolobus bacteria. Methanogens का example methanobacterium. Methanobacterium class 12 के स्टूडेंट के लिए biogas plant में you can see under the topic microbes in human welfare. Under biogas plant you can see methanobacterium. There are other bacteria present inside ruminants, that is cow, goat, buffalo, they have got Methanococcus, and some of them are Rumenococcus. These are, coccus means the shape of the bacteria is oval. पढ़ेंगे इसके बारे में. तो ये सब आर्कीबैक्टीरिया के अंडर में आ जाता है. वी कैन गो इन डेप्थ ऑफ इट, अभी नहीं. बट आर्कीबैक्टीरिया और यू बैक्टीरिया में डिफरेंस है, इसलिए देयर वाज अ नीड ऑफ अनदर किंगडम. 5 किंगडम के बाद भी और एक किंगडम आ गया, एंड देयर वाज अ नीड ऑफ दैट, एंड द नीड वाज अ 6 किंगडम क्लासिफिकेशन. 6 किंगडम क्लासिफिकेशन वाज अ रियल नीड. क्यों? It was given by Carl Woese. It was given by Carl Woese, and he made a 6 kingdom classification where he classified this particular kingdom Monera के बाहर kingdom Archaebacteria was separated. Kingdom Archaebacteria को separate कर दिया गया. Kingdom Monera was kept like that, which includes all eubacteria, all eubacteria. Then comes kingdom Protista, उसके बाद kingdom Fungi, kingdom plantae, and the last one kingdom Animalia. My dear students, do you think यहां पर खत्म हो गया? No. यहां पे खत्म नहीं हुआ. फाइन. क्या इसके बाद भी ऐड किया गया दिस प्रोटिस्टा? आप पढ़ोगे अंडर प्रोटिस्टा देयर आर 5 डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ प्रोटिस्टेंस. फाइन. एक है क्राइजोफाइट्स, डाइनोफ्लैजिलेट्स, यूग्लिनोइड्स, स्लाइम मोल्ड्स एंड प्रोटोजोआ. इसमें से फर्स्ट 3 आर ऑटोट्रॉफ्स. उसके पास क्लोरोफिल है. दे आर ऑटोट्रॉफ्स. सो ये जो ऑटोट्रॉफिक और यूनिसेलुलर ऑर्गेनिजम्स हैं, इनको लेकर और एक किंगडम बना दिया गया, एंड इट कम्स 7 किंगडम क्लासिफिकेशन बाय Cavalier Smith. And according to Cavalier Smith, he added along with the 6, he added kingdom Chromista, which includes all unicellular eukaryotes, but mainly they are autotrophs, photosynthetic. उसके अंदर कुछ यूनिसेलुलर एल्गी भी चले आएंगे. सो किंगडम आर्कीबैक्टीरिया, किंगडम मोनेरा, किंगडम प्रोटिस्टा, किंगडम क्रोमिस्टा, किंगडम फंगी, किंगडम प्लांटी, and kingdom Animalia. So these are the 7 different kinds of classification was given by Cavalier Smith. That means आपको क्या लगता है कि ये बंद हो गया या अभी भी चल रहा है? अभी भी चल रहा है. Some of my dear students who are watching this video, आज से 10 साल 15 साल बाद आप कुछ न्यू क्लासिफिकेशन भी कर सकते हो. फाइन. रिसर्च लाइन में आपका इंटरेस्ट है. सो माइंड यू, दिस इज अबाउट अ बेसिक आइडिया अबाउट क्लासिफिकेशन, एंड आई थिंक I've talked about basic classification, but this is everything about classification to crack NEET and all India level examination. Try to solve all other questions coming up from this particular chapter till Kingdom Monera. You'll be getting many questions common. Now mind you one, dear students, post 4th May, the whole thought process about NEET examination has been changed. Learn to live forever. यही टॉपिक आपके हर एक सपना को ये accomplish करने के लिए हेल्प करेगा. I can be rest assured about the fact. And mind you, my dear students, I've never asked for subscription, but I'm telling you, if you don't subscribe, every week 3 to 4 topics upload होंगे, and you're not going to get those topics जब तक आप सब्सक्राइब नहीं करोगे. सो सब्सक्राइब एंड शेयर दिस टू योर गुड फ्रेंड्स सो दैट दे ऑल्सो आर गोइंग टू आस्क क्वेश्चंस टू यू. इफ यू डोंट नो द आंसर, देन यू कैन आस्क मी. ये जो इसके बाद से डीपीपी अपलोड करेंगे इन व्हाट्सएप चैनल एंड टेलीग्राम, उसका आंसर भी आपको दे दिया जाएगा. स्टे ट्यून्ड विद दिस पर्टिकुलर YouTube video by subscribing, And also check for the DPP that I am going to give it to you in WhatsApp channel and Telegram. And to see the earlier videos, my dear students, click on the I button and go for it. सामने कॉपी रखो और हर एक पॉइंट मैं जो आपको बोला हूं वहां पे whatever I have discussed, जा मैं बोले छी, you just write those in notes and make your notes. And mind you, repeat every day whatever you have written last day. थोड़ा देख लो आज, ताकि उसके ऊपर धूल जमा ना हो जाए, वो सेरेब्रम से ना निकल जाए. And I know that you can do it. जो आप वीडियो देख रहे हो, यहां पे हाथ रखो और देखो बीट हो रहा है ना, बीट हो रहा है. यू आर स्टिल सर्वाइविंग, यू आर स्टिल अलाइव. एंड उसका तो एक कारण है, गेट द मीनिंग आउट ऑफ इट. आप जी रहे हो, उसका कारण है. गेट अ मीनिंग आउट ऑफ दैट. ऐसा कुछ सोचना नहीं है कि मुझसे नहीं होगा, आप ही से ही होगा. हैव फेथ ऑन योरसेल्फ एंड stay tuned with me. Any type of help you require, just comment me in the comment section. It is only due to your comments I have come up with classification. बहुत दिनों से आप ये क्लासिफिकेशन के वीडियो मांग रहे थे. I am starting up with that. छोड़ूंगा नहीं जब तक आपका करियर नहीं बनता है. All the very best.